Welcome to Digging with Deej. It's December 27th, 2018. And this is probably definitely my last dig, because it's supposed to drop into the 20s Saturday. And it's supposed to pour with rain tomorrow. So this is probably my last dig. But this is a new permission I got last week. It is a 7-generation farm. And it's a Centennial Farm. So 7 generations have lived in this house of the same family. And I've heard quite some tall tales. And they know where the bottle dump is. But I'm going to metal detect before the ground freezes. So I'll get back to you when I find something. And today I'm also using my PHICK stick with my own phone holder attached. So let's get on to the hunt. There's my culture, but it's modern. I have no idea what it is. It's my second target, and it is a Winchester repeater. I don't think I've ever found that one. Third hole, a double washer. Got an 8182 signal. I don't know what this is. I don't see any writing on it anywhere, but I'll have to clean it up and see. Okay, I finally got something, period. Let's see if it'll focus. I'll put it on my pants. There we go. See the knurling on the edge? All the little holes? It went like this, and these stood up, which I'm going to be very careful. Because anything we find here, if we can fit it in a shadow box, we're going to give it to the museum. But look at that. There's that piece. And then I found this piece in the same hole, which is another piece of the lantern where the wick would come up through, but it's only half of it. So I'm going to search around and see if I can find the rest. This is something that I look for on old permissions. You see this? It's like moss. This is old ground here. Old earth that's not been disturbed. See that the tree roots are peering through the dirt? If it had been excavated, those tree roots would have been covered. And this old growth here wouldn't be here. I mean, they've done some landscaping, but I'm like right in this area. So, and it looks like the squirrels have had a ball. Look at this. Pieces of spruce all over the ground. There must have been an army of squirrels doing that. So, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to stay under the trees. So far, those 2 lantern pieces are probably the oldest pieces besides mason jar lids that I've found. And I just dug this up. A modern screen door handle. So, and it's starting to rain harder, and my machines are not waterproof, so we're going to have to call this a day. Hopefully we get another warm up and I can dig some more, but we'll see. This weather has been very strange this year. Well, here are my best finds from yesterday. It's the next day. I actually found pieces to a teacup, the handle. A mason jar lid that the glass, the porcelain insert wasn't broken. It's a Boyd's. Half of the lantern part where the wick comes up. And the part that holds the hurricane glass globe. So, Mother Nature took a turn, and it's 50 degrees today, so I'm going to try to go to the new permission. I'll see if they're home. No promises. And I might get one more dig in before the end of the year. We got permission, so I am back at the 7th generation Centennial Farm. You can see that old foundation over there. And I came back and I'm using my Ace 400 with the sniper coil on it, because this back area here is loaded, absolutely loaded with iron. So let's see what we can find. 89.91. There's a root there, a big root. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get under that. And of course, I don't have my normal digging apparatus. But boy, that's a good signal. So we're going to have to dig it. Okay, this is about 30 minutes later. And I dug this. It was a really good signal underneath the root, about 6-8 inches. I mean, here's my pinpointer. So the black Garrett pinpointer plus another 4 inches, 5 inches was deep. And that's what it was. I think it's made out of copper. I don't know, or tin or something. Okay, I did find some interesting stuff in that hole. See if I can clean it off. I found some embossed glass. Oh, this side. OITMI something. So I'm gonna have to take that home and clean it up and take a closer look at it. But I found pieces of glass. There's some more with embossing. Registered. So I bet you it was an alcohol bottle of some kind. And pieces of square nail. So it's definitely old earth, but boy, that was deep. So maybe this has been excavated. Who knows? Get back to you. Now, on a second examination of this glass, let's see, we got this piece and we got this piece. And this is the one. OITMI. Here is a 3/4 of a bottle that I dug in the last year. Look familiar? And the word with, pure and without drugs or poisons. This is a beer. Like around circa approximately 1909 to 1914. So when I held all these pieces up to that bottle, these are pieces of a beer bottle from that era, 1909 to 1914. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, I got my iron audio on. There's iron down there too. But there's an 88, a solid 88. Right there. 4 to 6 inches deep. So let's see what it is. Could just be iron. Now, if you look at this foundation to this building here, this was built on top of the original log cabin, where the original log cabin used to sit. So that's why I'm back here. So we'll see what we can find. There's a lot of iron though. Lots of iron. Old glass. Look how thick that is. Part of a dish or teacup or teacup plate. Coal. A very old square now. Very old. Big, and that was what was giving me the signal. This log cabin must have burned. Okay, I got a steady 88 signal where the ground drops off to go to the garden here. I don't know. What's that tin can? What is that? Doesn't sound good. Rocks. And something else. It's metal and it looks big. I dig the weirdest things. The guys will probably know what that is. It's probably some kind of farm equipment. Make sure that was it. That was it. Okay. I just dug this other hole. Stick it in here. And all I can figure is this must be brass because it rang up high. Like 84 with 2 nails in it. And I am right next to the old foundation. Got a really shallow 77 here. Gets in the plug. But it could just be junk because right over here looks like what used to be a small burn barrel. Really small. Another one of them thin strap things. What in the world are these things? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not like the other ones. This is a piece of children's silverware. So, did I chop it off? I hope not. Doesn't look like a new brake. Nope, nothing. Just half of it. Let's see. Let me get up here and make sure it's in the viewer. See that? Here, let me put my glove behind it. See that? It's the handle to a piece of child silverware. That's cool. Okay, there's that hole that I found the child's silverware handle. And just over here, I dug and dug. It was a tiny object. Let's see if I can do this so you can see it. See if we can get the dirt off the rest of it. It is the back clasp to some kind of a pin. You see that? You know, the pins that had the sharp point and then they would lock once they got into the back? It's the back to a pin of some sort. Back over by where I found the lantern yesterday. And I got a shallow, but the only high signal I found over here with the sniper coil. 2 to 4 inches. So it could be a bottle cap, who knows. Not very deep. It's not in the plug, or it's not in the hole. Not reading on the plug either. Oh wait, might have missed it by a hair here. Nope, I got something here. It's another teeny tiny something. Okay. There it is. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That's the way it goes sometimes. It doesn't look dark here, but it's almost dark. That's an electrical connector. Right, Mally Man? You don't always find good stuff every time you go out. You got to be patient. Be patient and never give up. And this property, this permission that I just got is several hundred acres. So I will be metal detecting here most of the year next year. So I walked down to the dump. What they're saying is the dump, and I didn't find any glass shards, so there's got to be another dump somewhere on this land. So, but it's going to take patience, and it's going to take a lot of walking to try to find it. But I got all winter and all next year to try to do that, so. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.